Hey, it's Jeremy here from Bourbon State Outdoors. I'd like to talk to you all today about one of the products that I have here. It's called True Blue Broadheads. It's the Crossbreed Pro Series. It's a 100 grain secondary broadhead. There you go. Let's see if we can get you there. 100 grain Crossbreed. This device here, it's pretty unique. It's 100 grains by itself. You add your primary broadhead of your choice, and I have quite a few here that in the next video we're going to test out. These are some that I've collected over the years, and we're going to give them a whirl out there. I got some chisel tips. I got some really cheap 3 blades from Walmart. Here's some Allen 4 blades from Walmart. We're going to give them a whirl with Crossbreeds. I've got some Rage. I've got some, I don't even know what these are. These might be Rage too. We're going to give them a shot. I've got some little tiny 3 blades. All these, we're going to send them down range and see how well they do with them. I've even got a Muzzy 125 3 blade that we're gonna give a shot. So let me show you what I've got going here on my setup, and a few other arrows that I've already got set up here. So last year they had the original Crossbreed, and this is it right here. It's quite large. They have had an external screw, has like a little rib on the bottom of it, has these little wings on here. It's not threaded all the way through. 160 grains. So I try to convince people that they need to use these, and they look at me like I got a second head growing out. We took all these things back to the owners, Maxie and Phil, and from last season to this season, they took all of our suggestions and completely revamped the new version, and we call that the Pro Series. So this is the Pro Series, and this is the little 3 blade they got set up on it. This total right here is 200 grains now. They reduced the weight by 60 grains. They've got a smaller rubber O-ring on there. They've now taken the external screw and made it an internal set screw. One really cool thing about it too is they decrease the diameter of the shaft. See if I can show you this real quick. I'll push this back up and unscrew this one. So you can see the diameter of the two and the length of the two, where they shortened it to decrease the weight. Also, give you a comparison, the no rib here on the bottom. Let me grab them by the bottom there. No rib here on the bottom. External set screw's gone. Now it's internal. It's, like I said, a lot smaller diameter, shorter, lost the little wings on the blades to lose some weight. It's been put through a diet to get it down to an acceptable weight for the U.S. market. Let me screw this back in here, and I'll give you a comparison of the two side by side with the exact same broadheads in it, so you can get an idea of it. There you go, side by side. 160 grain, 260 total, 200 grains, 100 by itself. One of the really cool things too is before they gave you a bunch of little spacers, shims, if you got to say, and it was because you want to get the proper geometry here. And the idea is to try to get a crossbreed blade in a gap of your front blades. Now, to get that, you would have to put a shim in there. Also, without the full shaft being threaded, some of the larger shanked blades, broadheads, would bottom out, and you'd still have to put shims in there anyway. One of the new aspects of this design is, and it's really hard to see, but this is threaded all the way down. So it goes all the way through here, all the way down. That way your longer shanks on your broadheads, when you screw them down in, they would never bottom out. They can go all the way down in here. One of the pluses too, check that out, isn't that beautiful? That's 2.5 inches across here. 2 inches exit. All right, back to these blades here. These blades have been completely redesigned. They're chemically sharpened to maintain a good edge on them. When you get these, you don't have to sharpen them at all. You just throw them on there, tune your bow. You must tune your bow. These aren't just something that you throw in off the package and you go out the next day and hunt with them. You're gonna have to tune these things. It's not hard at all. It's very simple. It's mostly a compensation for drop due to the added weight. The pros of having a crossbreed on your bow is you're gaining FOC. You know, everybody wants the higher FOC now. You're gaining kinetic energy. You're gaining 2 extra blades of cut. That's 2.5 inches. And if you go check out the Instagram page, there is a picture of a recent kill from one of the customers, and I would have to say they're very happy. They measured the gash in the back of the deer at 4 inches. There's not a single animal out there that you cut them open 4 inches that they're going to go very far. You're going to have to go harvest that animal. Bad shots, doesn't matter. 4 inches, that dang animal's going down. So anyway, back to these. FOC, kinetic energy, 2.5 inches of entry cut, 2 inches of exit cut, 38 to 42% added blood loss. That's given a low end. It's been tested up to 50% added blood loss. If you want to take an animal quickly, ethically, cleanly, put these behind your primary broadhead. Doesn't matter what primary broadhead you have. And I'm going to show you tomorrow. We're going to do these too. There's 3 mechanicals here we're going to test out. All these are mechanicals in front of a second or your secondary mechanical, so you don't have to have a fixed broadhead. And let me show you what I have in mind. I started out last year. I'm taking these out of my quiver right now. This is what I took out last year. This is the Blood Therapy OCD broadhead with a PROseries. And this is one of those that I had to put a shim in there just to get the correct geometry. And then I'll show you here. You have blade, 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 blade. We hit gaps to get that proper gapping. I put a shim in it, lined up perfectly. So this was last year's setup. I wanted something different. I wanted something hard hitting that's just gonna bust through shoulders, ribs, whatever. So this year I went to a Crafted Archery 2-blade single bevel design. Now every one of my setups 200 grains. I tune my bow to 200 grains with field points, 200 grain field points. And I got, they're in the truck, I can't get those out right now, but I tested every one of these broadheads and I found that I like this setup the best. Like I said, tomorrow, next video, we're going to be letting all these fly, and I'm going to be destroying a target downrange here. I hope this is enough to convince everybody that this stuff is legit. This is it right here. These things are taking down overseas. They've taken down fox, pigs, goats, all kinds of things. The owner took down 2 with the original crossbreed. Asiatic water buffalo within minutes. Neither one of them went more than 30 yards. And it was, I believe, 3,000 plus pounds of animal. So you get a whitetail deer here, and I know whitetails are resilient and they have a will to live. So they're going to try to go forever and ever. But you could put one of these behind whatever you want, and that whitetail ain't going to go far. Over here, we've had deer taken, we've had pigs taken, we've had all kinds of different animals taken. And it's like daily we're getting messages from people that I shot another doe, I shot a buck. This thing leaves a massive blood trail. Let me show you the wound channels. One of our guys from up in Canada, he shot on the run, a buck, and the gash in it was just huge. In and out, one side, out the other side, blew right through it. Huge. It didn't go very far at all. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 25 yards. On the run, shoots it, drops it 25 yards. So let me get back to another thing too. I showed you the package earlier. So this is the Crossbreed package. When you get this package, you get 3 broadheads. Now I've got one of them down here I've been using for, I got dang mosquitoes around here. I live in the swamp. So we get 3 broadheads ready to go. You get a packet of shims down here. You get extra blades, and you get extra O-rings. And right here, you get an Allen wrench so that you can replace the blades on the fly. Unlike other companies, we don't require you to go out and purchase a rebuild kit for your broadheads. We want you to have everything up front. So whenever you purchase a package of these online, they're shipped from right here in the United States. I'm the actual distributor. I can get these things to you in about 3 days. We want you to take these out into the woods, long trips, whatever, and have everything you can possibly need to complete that long trip. Shoot multiple animals, shoot arrows multiple times. Got a full rebuild kit right here. So essentially you're getting 6 because you have enough blades right here to cover a full blade change on all 3 of them. So you're essentially getting 6 broadheads for the price of this 3. Go online, check them out. Go on to Instagram, True Blue Broadheads. Look them up. Go on to YouTube. Lusk Outdoor Adventures did a review on these and had nothing but great things to say about them. The sharpness, the penetration, he thought they were really unique. So go on and check his page out, Lusk Outdoor Adventures. It's on YouTube. Go on to any social media pages that we have. www.truebluebroadheads.com. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So much information on there about these. Do your research and then place an order, and I'll ship them out. Thank you for watching.